Hello viewers, this is Fahim Munem welcoming you all to the Editor's Guest program. Today we have the Japanese ambassador in Bangladesh, Ambassador Shiro Sadoshima, in our studio. Let me welcome him to the studio. Ambassador, welcome.
Good morning.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
And it's a pleasure to
Yeah,
see you.
thank you very much for inviting.
Ambassador Shiro Sadoshima, his education was in Tokyo. He graduated from the University of Tokyo in law in March of 1977. Then he joined the Foreign Office and he held very important positions in different capacities. Then he was Vice President of JICA, which is the Japan International Cooperation Agency. He was the Director General of International Cooperation Bureau. And in October 2011, Ambassador was appointed as Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Now that we have given a very brief sketch, let me move on to the discussion. It's a lovely attire you're wearing.
Thank you very much.
Tell me about the recent visit of our Prime Minister to Japan. Could you please tell our viewers as to how the whole thing went?
Okay, in one word, it was a very successful visit, and the Prime Minister, was there, and he talked to our Prime Minister, and also she paid a courtesy visit to our royal couple in the palace. And also, she met our businessmen, and she also talked to students in Waseda University, which is one of the most famous private universities. Yes, Waseda University, a private university of Japan. And she also talked to your, Bangladesh expats, over there. And
how many are there, Bangladeshi?
As far as we know, 15,000.
Oh, that's a big number.
Big number, and 1/10 of which are students. And I suspect that those who were visiting more shorter period of time, maybe the number could increase 10-20% more. But
right.
As far as we know, 15,000 is the number for the moment. I think it is increasing.
Right. Right. So, any highlights during the Prime Minister's visit? Anything that, you think that she has achieved?
Okay, that was, our proposal was, please take a very serious look at or to the east. And as an ambassador, I was told by Tokyo when I assumed the post over here to promote trade and investment. Many people refer to this. Japan has remained a very big and the largest development partner of the country ever since your inception. But when you look at the number of trade and investment, Japan only occupies 6th, 7th, or 8th things
right,
like
position-wise, yeah.
So Tokyo asked me as my first priority to make those, investment and trade numbers more larger.
I see.
And that was my mission.
I see.
And this time, we took the opportunity to tell Bangladesh government and people that Japan is quite serious and ready to work with you to expand our economic activities in the country and the region around. And one of the reasons why we do and say this time is when our Abe administration, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, came into the power, and shortly after that, he announced a sort of new strategy of Japan to expand our sphere of economic activities a little bit farther away out of Pacific Ocean, say, area. And now we are going into this, Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal as well.
Okay.
And his idea is to combine all these two areas, regions all together, so that we can enjoy Japanese, companies would be able to enjoy a larger space for its economic activities.
Right.
And one other reason is, because the production prices are going up, the cost of production is rising in China. which is one of the major production bases of Japan's, say overseas operation. Now, many Japanese companies are seriously looking for alternative, and back in Japan, which is called China Plus One.
Right.
And Bangladesh, should be and could be one of the very good alternatives, say. This time, but unfortunately, because of politics, say, of the country, I mean, here in Bangladesh,
Right.
before the general election, streets, got a bit rough. So
A little noisy, yes.
right. So we didn't find a good chance, to tell this our intention to
Right.
your government and people. But now, after the election, all the dust have, seemingly, have come down to settle. So we believe that it's time for us to tell your government and the people, okay, please, so Japan is ready to work with you. And on the part of Bangladesh, your Prime Minister has proposed, for quite some time to become a middle-income country by the year of 2021.
That's right. That's the vision.
Right. And this country has already become a number 2 exporter of RMG ready-made garments.
Absolutely.
So you are already somebody in the world arena. And in the coming years, obviously you would also, the whole country needs to diversify your base of industries. So Japan is here, and sort of my message, our message is please, take a serious look at East or to the East, and we are ready. And that was the message. Then I think your Prime Minister has well taken this message, and she also told us that Bangladesh is ready to work with us, so from our perspective, it's a perfect visit.
Wonderful, but like the concept that you were talking about, look east policy.
Yeah.
Now, look east means Japan and few other countries also.
Yes, of course, Korea and China.
Exactly, and Bangladesh has been focusing on that. During your tenure here, are you expecting a return visit by Prime Minister Abe?
Okay, as an ambassador to the country,
You'd
yes,
love
of course,
to have him.
the answer is, yes, I would. And actually, when your Prime Minister, extended her invitation to our Prime Minister, so our Prime Minister also said that very willingly, he would like to pay a visit within a short period, within a reasonably short period of time.
Hopefully during your tenure?
I hope so, but
Okay.
this one is still under, talks are still underway, and the preparation is still in the making. So you have to wait to tell. So.
Ambassador, before you came, Tokyo had told you that these are your priority areas you have to.
Yes.
What are you individually focusing on at the moment?
Okay, twofold. One is to make an investment. It's not just to have a good environment, physical environment, for investment is one thing, you need this, but also you need something else, for example, tariff structures and so forth. And from Japan's point of view, we have worked with many countries in the Asia-Pacific region, and particularly East Asia and Southeast Asia. And we have, developed a quite extensive network of supply chains in the region. When you look at China, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and so forth, take a look at those, automobile industries.
Right.
Toyota, Nissan, and Honda
Right.
have all developed their production bases, all over the region.
Absolutely.
And, there are considerable amount of finished products, half-finished products, parts, traded all among those, nations in the region. And the total amount is huge.
Huge, exactly.
And to produce, things, you also require many other related affiliated services like communication, transportation, insurance, dispute solution, and so forth. So huge, trade of goods and services are taking place. And when you just imagine the location of your country.
Right, strategically.
Yes, you're sitting right next to it. All right, but unfortunately, the country is not benefiting out of all these,
The advantages are there.
Yes. Okay, you have already established, so that yourself, hooked up yourself with the European countries or American countries, across the Atlantic Oceans. And this, is represented by the number 2 position in the IMG exports in the world market.
Right.
And you are well, connected, to the markets there. But when you turn to, when you look to the west, fine, perfect, almost. But when you look to the east, almost nothing. So our proposal was, you occupy this linchpin position. Okay, Indian Ocean is like that.
Right.
One wing of butterfly.
Absolutely.
And the Pacific Ocean is the other wing of butterfly. And Bangladesh, just located over here. So our proposal is, why don't you grab both? And now, we are talking from the east, Hey, please look at, to the east.
Wonderful. So if that is the mission, and friends like you, if you keep on telling us what we should be doing, I'm sure the good things will come out of it.
Yeah. So one thing that I didn't finish.
Sure.
One of the most important structures, and I was talking about, so I said, not the physical environment is not good enough, So with those services are also closely related with the production. So this and also tariff structures are important.
Very much.
So, Bangladesh has given privileged, status in trade in many countries.
But
Japan has also given.
Have you given the duty-free access in the?
Yes, because Bangladesh is, LDC. So
we have been seeking for that for a long time.
And so, with this. Structure of, for example, say, ASEAN countries are talking very seriously with many countries among themselves and the countries in many countries around them, which is called RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership.
That's right.
And the purpose of the talks, is to reduce those, tariff barriers and so forth in the region altogether. So you are just next to them. So why don't you hook, yourself up onto this?
Makes absolutely
then
a lot
this
of sense.
whole supply chain would benefit the country as well. And this country has got a very good potential. So hardworking people and very very nimble hands and so forth. So Japanese
we can go in diverse areas.
Indeed.
Ambassador, I just to interrupt this at this moment, I have to take a short break. I'll be back again and then continue the discussion.
Good.
Viewers, we'll just take a short break and be back soon.